SRTJovita Show, episode 10. And we have a special guest today. We have Chuck Shelton. Everybody say hi to Chuck Shelton.
Hi, everyone.
Chuck Shelton, Diecast entrepreneur and Redline master. You may know him from Redlines on the Block Facebook group. So welcome, Chuck. Thanks for being on the show today.
Hey, thanks for having me. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, I first met you in person. I mean, I've seen him. We've been friends on Facebook for a while, but I first met you at the LA convention, the Hot Wheels convention.
Yeah, a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, and I was standing in line at a Starbucks, and you bought me and Steve a coffee.
Yeah, my buddy Murray there.
Yeah,
He's from Canada also. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, and I think you had his collection on your page not too long ago on one of your auctions or something like that, right?
Yeah, we're selling his collection right now. Yeah, he's building two homes in Roatan, and he has decided to sell his collection to fund that.
That's
And
crazy. That is
he
just
had
wild.
absolutely amazing collection. If you get a chance, I stream on Sundays. So yeah, so Sunday evenings, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. on the East Coast. And we go live Meckham style auctions, and we sell small cars, it's pretty amazing, this started when my store a couple years before COVID, I started streaming selling Hot Wheels. Uh, and then COVID hit, and we focused on that mainly,
Mm.
and it's gone absolutely crazy since then. Uh, am I seeing? Oh, all right. Sorry.
Colton is just sending, hi, Colton. This is Melinda's son, Colton, and he's saying
Oh,
that
hey, Colin.
your wall looks like his mom's wall.
Uh, yeah. A lot of
It's
cool
pretty cool.
Hot Wheels. I can show you guys some here in a few if you like. I mostly collect I collect everything, from toys to video games to, actually had a store for 16 years in this location, and about 7 years prior to that I had a store also.
Mm-hmm.
Um my the first store, my partner passed away, and it was pretty rough. You know, just it hurt, man. Good friend of mine, close friend, lifetime friend. And so I shut down, and a few years later, I was working a graveyard shift trying to raise kids, and it just wasn't working, I'm a day person,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so I, asked my beautiful wife. She's a banker. I said, hey, I'd like to open a store again. And she says that, if you can make it happen, go for it. So I walked in the door the next day, state job, and said, I quit. You're cool, but F you, I'm out,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I opened a store the next week. And now, here we are. It's pretty crazy. Love I love the whole collecting thing, but it's not only diecast. I collect everything from like Pokemon to just all kinds of rare stuff,
Yeah.
Uh, I have a hoard of stuff. It's great. Love it.
Well, one thing you and I have in common is shoes also. We were
Yes.
talking about shoes, and if you see Chuck ever in person, he's always got the best swag. He's got always got the rings, all the rings, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not wearing it now.
the hats and the shoes. So that's cool. We have that in common. And Chuck, you were telling me that you find a lot of your shoes on Whatnot, and I had no idea that they sold shoes on Whatnot.
Yeah, Whatnot is like the spot. It
It's
really
like the
is.
end all be
I
all
live
for
in a
everything.
smaller demographic area, so like our shoe stores have really nothing like, I love Dunks, SBs,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
found that Whatnot has some of the biggest sellers, and you can get amazing deals, and they just get shipped right to the house. You don't have to go out and spend gas money and time
That's
trying
true.
to
It's kind of
find
like
them.
Amazon, but for everything else.
Yeah, it's
Collectible.
for, like, collectibles, kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hot Wheel market is kinda, like, slow on there, but the shoe game, is big. That's it's their biggest, department or, area is definitely shoes on Whatnot.
Well, I know that the diecast section of Whatnot is fairly new. It's like under 3 years or something like that. They just kind of,
Yeah,
it's just starting to get huge.
yeah, they actually reach out to me and wanted me to sell on there, but I'm just
Yeah,
kinda
I know. You know what? I am an authorized seller on there right now, but I haven't done a show yet and I haven't started. So I'm kind of like, I'm stepping back a little bit and I'm watching and seeing what people are doing because I'm not quite sure I'm there yet, but we'll see. I actually wanted to do this show there, but you can't actually save the shows, so that didn't work out.
but you can't save them?
No, I think they just delete. They don't stay on
Oh,
there. 'Cause that's what I wanted to use the platform for in the beginning and maybe sell some stuff at the same time, but we'll see.
yeah. I
I
can't
wanted to say a shout out to Kristen Shelton, who's watching.
Oh, my beautiful wife? My
Yes,
wife
beautiful wife. She said she commented on the shoes, so obviously she knows Chuck and his shoes because she buys you them too. Though she's supporting your habit then.
Yeah, she has a habit also.
Oh,
She's
she
got
does.
some
Okay, what does
yeah,
she put?
she's got some Tiffany dunks and,
Tiffany dunks. Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
need to see these. You gotta get her to send me a picture because oh my
for
god,
sure. Yeah. So I have these steel racks, and she has 1 row, and I have the rest.
she has
But
one row and you have the rest. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but
You
she
have to
has this
change
huge
that.
walk-in closet, and she's just kind of went from
Nice.
the walk-in closet to my section and starting to take over there too, but why you gotta call me out?
Yeah,
She
why
said.
you gotta call me out? I imagine your Redline collection to be like that, like a walk-in closet, and it's just all Redline.
It definitely is. I mean, I can show you guys, like, kind of some of the stuff. I still have a lot of stuff in boxes from when we moved. We just bought this house maybe 2 years ago, and I still
Yeah.
haven't we threw together the basement to go this is my workspace mostly, but,
Mhm.
also collection. Uh, but I do collect, I have a fairly large collection of rumblers and chop cycles.
Okay.
Some really cool stuff. Here, I'll walk you guys over if you want to see it.
Also, I want to say that actually I messaged you about this and you didn't reply, but I want to get my first red line from you because I feel like you're the red line master and I'm not going to get, screwed over, scammed or
Oh
anything.
no,
'Cause, like,
I'll hook you up.
I feel like it's a scary thing to venture into red lines when you're like into Hot Wheels as deep as I am, but I don't know enough about them. Oh wow, those are really cool. So those are the ones where the guy actually moves, right?
No, these are just they're kind of on there. You
It's
know,
definitely you don't see those a lot.
no, and I have hundreds of them. I just it's been years and years of collecting them. This might be this is called a truck and trike, sealed truck and trike in the box. It's
Oh
one of my best
wow.
pieces.
So
Yeah, this is
what year is that from? Just to give people an idea.
1971, and
Okay.
yeah, it's the only one that I've seen with a Ghost Rider on it that's sealed. Um,
Oh
been
wow.
offering a lot of money for that. Like,
So what's the
like,
ballpark that something like that would be worth? Just to give people an
I
idea.
mean, for me to let go of that, it would have to be close to maybe close to over 15,000.
Wow. See, you guys, Hot Wheels is an investment. People make fun of me all the time because they're like, "Oh my God, why do you have thousands of Hot Wheels and stuff?" And I always say that. I always say it's an investment. It's going to be my retirement.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. When I retire, or or if I pass away, my wife's gonna be loaded.
She's gonna, and you know what? I
Hopefully.
always worry about that. Like, God forbid something should happen to me or my husband. Our family's not going to know the values of anything. So,
Right.
like, so documenting and what is it, like appraising your own collection or getting someone to do that is really important as well.
It is very, very important, you know. Luckily, my wife and my son both. My son is a streamer also,
Okay.
so he sells Hot Wheels, so he has a good idea of what's here.
Okay, you could shout out his page too so people know what's his
My son also sells on Redlines on the Block, and
mhm.
excuse me, and NorCal Collectibles, Toys, Video Games, and Pop Culture is my other group for my store. Uh,
Okay.
and we sell everything on there when I have time. Mostly, you know, during COVID, we would sit around and sell video games for hours at a time. You know, Nintendo, PlayStation, everything. I mean, I'm a nerd, dude. I love that stuff. I'll show you something, guys, that you guys probably
Okay.
don't know about. This is 1 second here.
So while you're doing that, I'll just tell everybody that so when COVID hit, that's when I started getting a little bit heavier into diecast and collecting and buying more stuff, and then I started selling to try to supplement my income because I was off for a long time too. So that's kind of how it all started. Oh, what do you got there?
This is a Pikachu N64, still sealed in the box.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming that's pretty hard to find, still
Yeah,
sealed.
super rare. I think this one came out in, oh geez, I can't remember.
And it was limited edition.
Yeah, Toys R Us, I believe
Okay.
only. Yeah, something like this is like 1,500. Yeah, I I got it
What is
back.
that? Like a
Hey,
Switch or something?
this is a 2DS Pikachu 2
Oh, yeah,
2DS.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's still sealed also.
Oh,
Like
wow.
my kid keeps trying to open it and play it. I'm like, get out of here, dude. I just put this back down. Yeah.
I also started dabbling in like panini cards, like
Oh,
basketball cards and stuff. So I
oh, okay.
just started to do a little bit of that, and like Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but
Yeah,
um yeah, there's just so many different avenues you can go with this hobby, and it's not like cards are not the same, but they kind of tie in together. I feel like if you're doing,
sure.
diecast, you start getting into all this other stuff. So it's been really exciting and really fun, and meeting all these different people that are into different stuff, you know?
Yeah. Collecting sports cards is a whole different realm
It
also.
is. It really is.
I've had a sports card section in the front of my store for years. We buy cases of different. Mostly I collect mostly basketball and football, but we
Hmm.
just break a whole case of cards and see who gets the one of one out of it. And
Oh, like
it's
that
like
triple logo man.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Uh, It's like gambling though, but you get
It
something
is.
out of it. It really is. Like you can invest a lot of money and just not get anything. That opening boxes is a scary deal.
I know, especially if it's like a $15,000 like panini case or whatever. I was like, I
Yeah,
saw those and I'm like, seriously, is that a thing? But
yeah,
it's because people were looking for this one card that never got found, so the price went up for sealed cases, right?
right, right. And depending on the player, it could be 10 years later and that case goes through the roof. Just keep those boxes sealed. You're almost better off keeping them sealed.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's true.
because you never know what the player's gonna do either.
Hmm.
They could get in trouble or they could just not do anything with their career and it just flops out. CJ Spiller being one. Like we broke a case of cards. I pulled the 101 CJ Spiller. I sold it on eBay. I can't remember. It was like Top's Finest or something. Sold it on eBay and it went for some stupid amount, like 6,000 or something.
Oh
And by the
wow.
time I had shipped it out, while it was en route, he had broke his leg.
Oh
And
wow.
so the value of the card went just dropped to the bottom, and
Oh wow.
um, I was just had my fingers crossed that the guy wasn't gonna send it back, and he
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, you just never know, you know?
Mhm.
It's, collecting is awesome, though. You just never it's all an investment, and you just gotta do it right. You gotta buy right and just buy the right things, you know?
Mhm. And
Yeah.
it's honestly, it's such a learning process for me because I feel like I've been collecting for inside of 10 years. But the more you start collecting and the deeper I got into it, I got to meet different people and learn about different stuff. Like I learned about this whole other world of red lines that I didn't even know about, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And if you start collecting like newer stuff and then you start getting into the older, there's so many different genres,
Oh, there
from
really
Hot
is,
Wheels.
Hot Wheels started in '68, in my opinion, the best year of Hot Wheels, back when they had suspension and, uh, you know, they were all metal. I don't know if my camera will flip around here. Is that yeah, here.
It's a
So, okay, I'll show you guys here real quick, see if it'll do it. No? Oh, there you
oh,
go.
there you go. Oh, wow.
So this is Sunday sale for Murray Gooding's collection.
Oh, is that a
Um,
big charger over there? What is that?
uh, it's a show off Dodge.
Oh, okay, that one is, yeah. I was looking at the
Yeah,
pink one.
1973. No, this is a Continental.
Oh, okay, I didn't even. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I see it now.
custom
I see it
Conti.
now.
The cool
That's so
thing,
pretty cool.
they're all metal. Suspension works on them. Just cool stuff.
And that's all. These are all original paint and everything. Like they have not
Yes.
been refurbished, and they look so
Yeah.
good.
I don't sell anything that's repainted. Uh I love the custom aspect of Hot Wheels, people
Mhm.
customizing them, but
Yep.
customizing an original car to be original or just say this car is beat up and then paint it exactly the same. The
Hmm.
unsuspecting new collector, isn't gonna know that that's a repaint. In my
Yeah,
opinion,
that's what
they
I
need to
mean.
mark the bottoms of them, custom. This one's got a mama mark, what we call a mama mark. So
Okay.
most, back in the day, to keep your brother from having your car, mama would put a mark on the bottom,
Oh,
nail
okay.
polish or, that type of thing, um, which is cool to me. It shows the history of the car. Um
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah, and I love custom cars. Like these guys' minds are just absolutely crazy with this new stuff. I've seen them putting lights in cars, hydraulics, speakers in them.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. I love it. But customizing an original Redline, uh,
no,
leave it
no.
original in my opinion. Just leave it
Yeah,
original so the next guy knows that it's an original car. And
yeah,
us
definitely.
unsuspecting collector won't get taken to the bank
No,
later.
and that's what I'm worried about, and that's why I said, like, if I when I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna come to you because I
Yeah,
know that
for
you
sure.
know your stuff.
You don't have any red lines.
No.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I ship to Canada all day long. That's what we do. Uh, this is what we call a roke. Oh, you know what a roke is. You want a
What?
green or
I
gold?
was gonna buy one from you.
No, 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 no. It being your first red line, this we'll just give you this one.
Oh.
It's got a little toning on it, but yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow, thank you, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
you're welcome.
And
You're
it's a
welcome.
motor.
I'll get your address and we'll ship it out to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll put Jovita on there. You got it.
Aw, thank you. Well,
Yeah, that's cool.
I was gonna do a pocket check, and this is something that is a little bit older, but not as old. It's the
Huh?
scene machines. The
Yeah.
scene machines? These are what, 73? Maybe?
No, no, no. 80,
Oh, maybe 80. I was just looking at the
80,
bottom of it, but
89, 88, something like that.
it says 76, but that could be the year that
Yeah, I can't remember. It is a
Shelton
steam
lived.
machine.
Yeah, and then another one.
Steam
But these
machine
are just
also.
kind of
Yeah.
these are kind of the oldest sort of things I have. I mean, I might have one or two older, but I definitely don't have red lines because
Maybe. 83 when those came out. Hold on one second. I'll show you.
No, I was looking at the bottom and it says 70. This one says 78.
Yeah, 79. Man, I can't remember.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So they don't make protectors for these. I guess they might now, but this is how
That's
I just
pretty
cut the
cool.
top off.
Wow, and
Yeah.
yours is in package. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
I
you
think
can
this
hold
is,
these up to your camera
yeah,
and
no.
everybody can see in the back of it. Have you
I
tried
wonder
that
if
yet?
it would work. I wonder if it would work. I don't
Yeah, put
even
it all the way up there and just kind of hold it. Now tilt the front down just a little bit. Yep, I can see it a little bit. Yep, there it is.
You see it.
Yeah. Homer Simpson.
It's
Yep.
it's the Simpsons one.
Third stuff right there.
Yeah, no, but this is the kind of stuff I love. Like, I love all this stuff, and then like RLC and meeting all the different people, like Amy and talking to Brian Benedict and all the different designers and talking to them about how they came into designing and what their favorite castings are. And it's just so cool. I'm just so fortunate to be able to do this kind of stuff. It's honestly been an amazing ride. It's
There's
just so
so many
cool.
great people in the
There
hobby,
is.
you know.
There is
Brian's
definitely.
awesome. I love Brian, man. He's good
Yeah.
people. Yeah, just amazing people in the hobby. You know, that's how our charity started, you know. The day before Easter,
Hmm.
this last or in April, day before Easter, I was streaming. Bunch of people in the house, probably had 100 people in the house, and I pulled a Porsche 911 out or 917 out of my case,
Hmm.
and we decided to sell it for to go into Walmart on Easter Day and buy a kid a bicycle, just a random kid a bicycle in Walmart.
Okay.
Well, that turned into our community just going crazy for a couple hours. Thousands of dollars came in.
Wow.
Easter Sunday, we walked into Walmart and we bought every kid in Walmart a bicycle.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and even the employees, every employee that was on that had a kid, we bought them a bicycle too.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. So
it
you
was
pretty
rad.
much bought every single bike they had in the store, probably.
Yeah, we cleaned them out. Yeah, we were lucky that they actually had bikes, being Easter and all that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it was nutso because me and my wife walked through Walmart and we were just kind of, walking up to families and saying, "Hey, do you need a new bicycle?" And a bunch of the kids are like, "Hey, I have a new bicycle, pass it on," which is crazy to me,
Oh,
you know. It's
that's
just
really
beautiful,
sweet.
right? Like, and so that after that Sunday, we were like, man, we got to do more of this, you know. So my wife, being a banker, she went and filed a and got us a tax ID number, and we are now official charity. So last Saturday, we got a U-Haul trailer and loaded up a bunch of bicycles and drove them to a motorcycle run that my uncle started 35 years ago. It's called
Oh, wow.
Christmas in July run, though, and we donated all these bicycles to the foster agency and the CPS. And so the CPS, uh, um, a couple of the CPS workers were there and they were in tears, which, turned,
I
we,
bet.
we
Yeah.
started crying too, you know, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the one CPS worker said, this is the first time in many years that I can't wait to go to work on Monday and
Oh,
disperse these bicycles to the kids, you know. And that, since then, also we've adopted a third grade classroom, and so we filled a teacher's wish list with all the stuff that they have to come out of pocket for. We filled that, and and now we have some more funds where we're gonna adopt some more classrooms, and
that's
just
awesome.
just do the right thing, it's all about paying
Mhm.
it forward and just doing the right thing, it's beautiful. We love it, and now
Yeah,
Redline Community Cares, guys, if you get a chance, go check it out on Facebook. We have a page up and just show you guys all the amazing stuff that we're doing with the community, and just it's hard to express my gratitude for the community and what they've done,
Mhm. Well,
and
I can hear the passion in your voice and I can see it on your
thank
face.
you.
That's really awesome that, you and your family have started that and you're helping people through die
Oh, for
casting is
sure.
what you're
Yeah,
doing, right?
one little Hot Wheel has bought, 40, 50 kids bikes now,
Yeah,
and adopted classrooms, and it's just getting bigger. Mattel actually reached out. My wife sent an email to Mattel, and they reached back out to us, and they're gonna send us a box of stuff to auction off to buy some more kids bikes.
that's awesome.
Hopefully
This
we can get
is,
them on. We can get them on board full time. That would be amazing. It's just all about it's all about the kids. It really is. As a kid, you probably remember your first bicycle, right? Or
mhm,
every new bicycle that you ever had. I grew
mhm,
up poor, so we didn't have a lot of money, and
mhm,
I had
mhm.
two brand new bicycles in my life, and I vividly remember those bikes. So
Yeah,
those kids are going to remember that these random people walked up to them in Walmart and bought them a new bicycle, and
yeah.
maybe they'll pass it on later in life. It's just beautiful, right?
It is, and it's not just an object. It's you're giving them an experience and a memory or
Yeah.
memories.
Right, right. It's not yeah, exactly. It's not about the bicycle. It's about what they're doing on that bicycle.
Mhm.
Me and my wife are like, man, there's some kids out just jumping curves right now, the next day, and just bunny hopping and
Yeah,
having a good time with their friends.
or it's, one of them might go start a paper route and now they have a bike and they have a
Yeah,
way to do it and they can use
right.
that money to do something better for the family or whatever, right? So
Yeah,
it's really awesome that you're doing that. So thank you. Thank you
yeah.
for doing
It's
that.
yeah,
And
thanks. It's not about me. It's about our community, though.
no, for sure.
Um,
And
and
so
we're
it's
just
called,
blessed to be the platform for it. That they bless us to be the caretakers of doing this. And hopefully it gets big enough where we can do it all over the nation. Just show up and hook some kids up. Like we're gonna buy it like before this school year. I'd like to go buy like 100 backpacks and school supplies and go to a school and just start handing them out to every kid.
yeah.
And especially in these smaller demographic areas where people just don't have much money, and that'll help their parents also. It's cool, man. I love it.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so it's called Redline Community Cares. Go check it out. Do you have an event coming up or anything that you're starting to
So
collect for? Or-
our next event is so we filled the third grade classrooms Amazon wish list. We just shipped it out yesterday, I think. Oh, my wife's not here,
Okay.
but yesterday I think we shipped it out.
Yeah.
So the teacher is super pumped on that. And then there's two other classrooms that we were recommended that we should probably go help. And I think we'll do that too. We'll just go in and see what they need and hook them up. And then the next big event will be the Christmas event, the Christmas toy run. Um
That's always an important one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and it's all for the foster agency. So hopefully we can fill a whole U-Haul full of bicycles and hook them up again. Walmart in my area, shout out Orville Walmart. The GM has uh, hooked us up with the paperwork. So Walmart is going to match our donations.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, quarterly. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So a quarterly thing. He said, don't hit us too hard, but like every quarter they can do something for us.
Mhm, mhm,
And
mhm.
they give us a discount on the bikes too, man, or the products that we purchase. We're gonna buy school supplies, and they're gonna give us 15% off and give us a grant to do it.
Mhm.
So our money's going farther. Yeah, in an hour, this last Saturday, in an hour, we raised $6,500 in an hour for
Wow.
the charity. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's gonna
awesome.
help some kids. I mean, the one teacher's wish list was like $1,300 that she's gonna have to come out of pocket, and we did it. Like, here you go. It was like, a carpet for the kids to sit on, school supplies, books, And, the extra special thing was a claw machine, which we're gonna bring a couple cases of Hot Wheels so we can put it in the claw machine
Oh,
so the kids, like, when they're good,
that's
they can
so
pull a Hot Wheel
cool.
out,
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
yeah, it's rad. I love it, it's a full-time job now, like, but it doesn't feel like it, I mean,
Mhm.
we put hours and hours into it, but it doesn't matter, at the end of the day, who cares? It's all about the kids and doing the right thing.
Yeah. I have a car club and we used to do a lot of charity work. And then COVID hit and we stopped doing events. So that was one of the kind of the things I missed doing. So maybe I can get involved with you guys this year and see
Love to.
how I can help out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because yeah, like Christmas time was always big. And then after Christmas, I always made a point to do a big food bank run and cash for the food bank because I feel like everyone is always trying to help at Christmas. And then after Christmas, it's like they still need food
I
all
was
year
just gonna
round.
say that, all these big charities,
Yeah.
always hook it up, like, Christmas, Thanksgiving, that type of stuff, but they don't hit them on the off times where,
Yep.
it's really needed. People need stuff 24 hours,
Yeah.
365 days a year.
Hmm.
And, if everybody could just pay it forward a little bit, it would be a different world, right?
It's true. It is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, man, yeah. Every time
So
I start talking about it, I get a little tear, like,
I
it's just
know,
'cause
and
it's beautiful.
you're gonna get me going. We've got a message from Rico. He says, "Great to see this hobby come full circle. Um, forming, I guess, childhood memories, playing with these cars, collecting, giving back to the newer generations of kids and collectors." Um, I don't know what the last part says, but or to perpetuate the same. Yeah, so I mean that's exactly what you're saying. That you're hopefully these children and other people like the CPS workers and whoever else is seeing this and they get inspired,
Yeah,
to give back as well. So hopefully,
right.
um,
If we can
yeah,
inspire other people to do the same thing, we've absolutely just crushed it. Just,
yeah. And this hobby has thousands, if not millions, of people in it. And I think that you're starting a movement, and I think that it's gonna get big, and everybody's gonna get involved in some way, shape, or form. And
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
through
for sure.
conventions and through your groups, we
Yeah.
can we can get the ball rolling a bit
This
more.
is
And
only a few hundred people that has done this.
yeah, and it's
Maybe
already
a
such a
group
huge
of a
difference.
hundred even, but imagine if we got thousands of people doing it. We could
For
we
sure.
could really impact children and people just in general. Like if they get inspired, we won.
No,
Yeah,
definitely. If you can change someone's mind about something or get them to think twice when they're at the grocery store and they make a donation or, something for the food bank or whatever,
right.
that
And
that makes a difference.
there's different charities. There's different charities where some charities take a percentage of it, and
Hmm.
not all that money goes to where it should be.
Yeah.
Um, And then you got to find the 100% nonprofits that aren't taking any money to do what they do.
Hmm.
It's for the feeling and doing the right thing. You know,
Yeah, no, and I think that's important to say too, because I've seen some of that in the hobby where, people start things for a certain person or whatever, and you always kind of question it and wonder,
yeah,
is that person actually getting the money or, you know.
right.
So,
That's why we went and got a tax ID and you know
mhm,
uh, 100% transparent. If anybody calls, this is exactly where the money's at, and this is where it's going. And
mhm, mhm,
we don't want anything for it. We just want to do the right thing.
mhm,
It's,
mhm.
it's great. It's beautiful. Oh,
No,
there's a
it
comment.
definitely is.
My
Yeah.
internet's been weird. I just seen the comments just finally pop
Oh,
up over
all of a sudden just popped up. Yeah.
here. Yeah. Man, this is my first interview, so I'm just like,
It is
uh,
or isn't.
This is my first interview.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I feel special.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my wife's like,
I always try to make it not like an interview. It's just us just talking and people are listening or watching at the same time. So,
yeah, right, right. Yeah, it's so yeah, that's what I do. I just stream probably a couple times a week. We have a shipping hub in my basement where we just ship hundreds of packages a week,
oh wow.
and we ship all over the world except for South America, Mexico, where you can't track it.
Mhm.
But we pretty much anywhere else, China to France, Australia, New Zealand.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, we have
The
buyers everywhere.
the
Yeah.
furthest place I have sent packages to is Germany. But most of my stuff goes to the US. So,
Yeah, yeah. If you ever need help with that, you let me know. We have a shipping hub down here also, or
oh, thank
like,
you.
some of my I build boxes for actually all Canadians, all guys that live in Canada. Several of them build boxes here, have their packages shipped to my house, and then I
Oh,
ship them.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I do build a boxes, and most of them go to the US. That's where the
Awesome.
bulk of all my buyers are. So yeah, I do the same thing. And it's pretty
Yeah.
simple. It's just the stuff where it's like to another country far away. That's where it gets a
Right.
little bit tricky.
Yeah. The whole
And that's one
customs
of the
deal.
reasons why I was a little hesitant about whatnot, because I want to make sure everything with the shipping and all that is figured out first.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to talk about conventions a little bit because my next convention is LA, and that's where I met you at the last one. So you're going to be at that one as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
be there. I'll be there a whole week for from Sunday to Sunday, every year. I go,
sweet.
and it might be actually I might be there from Monday to the next Sunday. I mean, Saturday to the next Sunday, depending on. Uh, I'll call there, but I need a poolside room, so that's
Oh,
why
okay, okay.
I go a week ahead of time.
So
Uh,
one cool thing that Chuck does that I have never seen anyone else do is he brings his little hot dog cooker fryer thing, and he's got like hundreds of hot dogs in his room, and it's just
yeah.
crazy. It's wild.
Yeah, so I drive, I'm about 8 hours from LA. And,
Mhm.
being in a hotel for days at a time, last year it was funny because all the hotel workers, everybody at the hotel, I was feeding them too, so I got like a 7-Eleven style hot dog machine, and we just hook up hot dogs for everybody. It's just fun.
No, it's honestly really awesome, and for someone like me that yeah, we're coming from Canada, it's not that far, but we didn't quite know the area, and there wasn't a lot of stuff around it.
Yeah,
And when you're in a convention with hundreds of people, everyone's going to the same restaurants and eating at the same places, so there's lots of waits.
yeah,
It gets tiring eating the same food all the time. So
right.
you saved us a couple of times. You
Oh,
really
that's
did.
cool. Right on. Yeah, I figured out that we can cook egg rolls on it too, and other food
Oh.
besides for hot dogs. So yeah,
Well, the hot dogs
it's
were
all
great
about
though.
what's that?
I said the hot dogs were great though. Like that was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a nice
Everybody likes hot dogs.
surprise. You go in for red lines and you get a hot dog.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I started that a few years ago, and I see a couple of other guys trying to pick up on it and bring it too, which is cool. It just it's all about family, man. We're just a big old family. I think my first convention was in '99.
Oh wow.
And I've only missed a couple since then in LA.
Hmm.
Yeah, the nationals, I've only been to a couple nationals just because it's on the East Coast, and I have everything here,
Yeah.
and then we have Vegas the next in February and the
Hmm.
first weekend of March. So we have the Redline jackpot, which is in February, the last weekend of February, and then the first weekend of March is the Super Diecast convention. So I stay in Vegas for 2 weeks every year.
Hmm.
And man, I'll tell you, Vegas is amazing, but 2 weeks in Vegas is way too long.
It is.
It
That is a
is.
long time. I think last year, didn't it conflict the red line jackpot and the show? Because I remember Murray saying he was just going to do the one and not both because of the timing or something.
It's just everybody from the Redline Jackpot has to stay another week to go to the Super Diecast convention.
Yeah, so it becomes a
But
lot.
they better stick around. I've been trying to get everybody. CJ has hooked me up some tickets to give to everybody. The guys from the East Coast and Canada and stuff to stick around. Because the diecast convention is amazing. It's something
Yeah,
you shouldn't
yeah.
miss. And then one of the biggest guys in our hobby, just the most amazing guys in our hobby, Ben Granados was inducted this year. And so this in March, he's going to receive his ring, and he's going to be the
Mhm.
first all Redline guy inducted, which is amazing. This
Yeah.
guy has done so much for our hobby.
Oh,
He's
really?
oh my gosh, just a beautiful soul, this guy, man. And we became very close over the last couple years. He's the rope king, man. He's broke more people than I've ever seen anybody broke, multiple times in a night. Doesn't matter the price, the guy's got a heart of gold,
More
and
people like that in the hobby because I feel like there's a lot of competitiveness in the hobby as well, and I always try to stay away from that
there
because
really
it's
is,
supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be something that you're passionate about. And I don't think there's any room in the hobby for that. So that's
no,
really
there isn't.
cool to know that he's really down to earth and humble.
Yeah, just an all around genuine, amazing guy. Yeah.
Cool. Well, maybe I'll meet him in LA if he's going to be going to that show, or
Yeah,
does
you'll
he?
meet him in LA. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
cool.
in
Okay.
Vegas also. He's gotta go get his ring, man.
Really?
This
Oh, yeah,
guy.
that's right. That's right. At the dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, you want to come a week early and see the Redline uh, convention. Bunch of crazy guys that are just dude, we play poker for Hot Wheels. We race Hot Wheels for pink slips. Like we're
Okay, so
ripping.
hang on. It's a full-on convention?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. It's full
Who
on
puts
convention.
that on?
Just Redlines and Blackwall era stuff, like the earliest stuff. So it's at the Plaza Hotel.
Okay.
It's the weekend prior to the Super Diecast convention. So it's
And
the
who?
last weekend of February, and then the first weekend of March is the Super Diecast convention.
Oh, so that's my birthday, the 25th of February. So it's probably around that time.
Yeah, come to Vegas and hang out and race Hot Wheels. We're ripping like, $1,000 blister packs, and we're racing them for pink slips.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
what's is there even still like tickets available or how does
Oh
that
yeah.
work?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can send you a link. If you get a hold of Anita Smith, so she the Chickaloo's Redlines. She's the one that runs it. The tickets for the whole weekend are $75, and that gets you into all the events. And then like for the poker tournament, you buy in for either a $200 Hot Wheel or $200, and the top 3 or 4 people get paid, and we split up the goods. We just like last year, one guy won, and then the rest of them we chopped up between all of us, and we all got like 10 red lines each, or I don't know, it was like 6 or 7 red
Oh,
lines.
well, maybe I should contact her and see if I could do anything to help with the show, or I don't know if
Yeah,
you guys do, if there's a lot of social media or any kind of like, because I mean, at the super convention, CJ, they gave me the opportunity to do the live shows there, and that's kind of what
man, yeah.
started this show because I
Oh,
started
cool.
doing that, and I thought, oh, you know what? Like that was so much fun, and it was so cool. Like I want to continue that. So
Yeah. Yeah, you should check out us crazy Redline guys. If you
okay,
go on Facebook, it's called the Redline Jackpot
okay.
2024. There's a page up, and it'll just kind of show you probably links or videos from last year. We go out on Fremont Street and we set up a Redline or a Hot Wheels track out in the middle of all the crazy people and the
Yeah.
breakdancing robot Michael Jackson, and we set it up there, and the security, like, they trip every year, but then we just go lay out the track and run red lines down it until there's a loop at the end until one makes it over the loop, and then we're done. We wrap it all up and bring it back.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That sounds
Yeah,
like some a good time and some good content for sure
yeah,
that people
yeah,
probably want to see. Because I
right.
don't think I've ever seen any videos or anything from that show.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that say it's just under Redline Jackpot.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
Yeah,
out. I'm really
yeah, do it.
interested. It sounds pretty cool. I mean, I'm gonna be the only one there with probably just one one red line.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, you got to start out with one. You know, that's
Yeah,
how it
that's
starts.
true.
You know, and then next thing you know, you're gonna want to build a whole bow of chargers. You know, I know you're into the Dodge stuff. That's kind of the only thing I
You
really
know
talk
what?
about.
Murray was telling me that he goes, you start off with one and you pick a color, and he goes, sooner or later you're gonna want to have every single color and every casting or whatever. And he's like, it can really get away from you. And I know that with the regular Hot Wheels because you start off doing Super Bs or Chargers or something, and then it's every single Mopar. And then it's like movie cars. That's what I'm doing. I do movie cars now.
Oh,
And
that's
then
good.
it's like now it's like everything's.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's supposed to be fun and not stressful. You know, I'm reading a couple of the comments now. It's weird. This is my first YouTube thing, so like every 20 seconds, the comments are popping up and then they
Yeah.
disappear. Is that
Yeah.
so? Every time somebody comments, they pop up. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
basically. And then if you just click the screen, you'll see everybody else's.
okay.
Yeah, I know Rico's just commenting about. He said that I have some great content and choice guests. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I know he's saying that I don't have a lot of people that watch it live, but there's always people that watch it after because the show is there. And I
Yeah.
mean, this is only my 10th show, season one.
Oh wow.
What I'm thinking
I made
is,
season one. What's up?
yeah, you're in the OG season. I'm thinking season one will go right up until the LA show, and it actually works out perfect because the LA show on the Thursday, that could be like season two, show one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Awesome.
We'll do something like that. So no, it's been really, really fun. And then I love talking to people like you because you're a collector and you're in a different, like you're in your own space with red lines. Like it's crazy, the red
Yeah.
lines and the prices. Like, can you give us an example? Can you show us like a $50 red line versus like $1,000 one, something like that? Can you give us
Yeah.
the difference? Like, show like a beat up one and what to look for, something like
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah, let me flip this around here real quick. It's kind of chaos in here, guys. So, hold on one second. I'm in the basement, as you guys can see. I got ducting and everything everywhere. This is hold on here. There we go. All right, so this is my sales table. This is stuff that we've sold over the last week. This is
Okay.
stuff that's coming up for sale.
Ooh,
These
I love
some
the carded stuff. Oh my God.
yeah,
Those are
original
so hard to
Redline
find.
carded stuff. You know, this
Yeah.
is all Murray's collection.
Oh my God.
A lot of these
Mm.
917s, the windows just pop right out because they're just stuck in there with a couple little notches, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, $50 red line. Um, so if you go right here,
Yeah.
that's probably like your, 50 to 75, maybe $100 red line. This one's probably 100 because it's
And that's in
absolutely
pretty
clean.
good condition. So
Yeah,
is it because of the casting or like what
yeah,
would make it?
yeah. It's mostly because of the casting. Not a lot of people are chasing Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you get into like, all right. So my wife's name is Lola,
Mm-hmm.
and so she collects Lolas.
Oh,
And this is just some of them. She has several hundred of them. As
wow.
like you said, like you collect a casting, and then you're gonna have every color.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
there's prototypes in there, and
Whoa,
you know,
prototypes. Oh my God.
resin, yeah, like that.
Oh my God. That's so
Fun
cool.
cars. That might be the best pink Lola in the world. Paid a lot of money for that.
I was gonna say, how do you even get the prototypes? Like you just people, are
You
there
know,
people,
I've been doing this a long time, so like, it's just word of mouth. Guys contact me. Hey, they know that Chuck's wife collects Lolas, and so
that's
you
so
know,
cool.
and then you got cars like this that are like 2,500.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's all over the place.
So
It's
is
sorry,
like
sorry how chaotic it is back here, guys. But then I got cases and cases of red lines, just everything.
is the Camaro the most valuable?
No,
No,
no.
what's the most
The the
valuable?
the most valuable red line in the world is a rear loaded beach bomb. I don't have one.
Mm, the
Yeah,
pink
they're
one, right? Is it pink?
yeah. Bruce Pascal owns it. It's about 170,000 somewhere in there.
I think I saw. I didn't. Doesn't Mattel have one? Because when I was at the headquarters there at the head office, they had one in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they had like a life-size replica vehicle.
yeah, just nerd stuff, guys. I mean,
Oh, this is so cool. I like your cases, and is that a mirror in the back too? I like that.
yeah. I'm kind of yeah. I have more, so I gotta unpack all my Hot Wheels and put more cases up. I still haven't done it. We're just busy.
Oh,
It's
it
absolutely
really is.
busy doing stuff, and yeah. So that's kind of what it's about right there. And I collect new stuff too. I got all kinds of new stuff. Most of it's in boxes. If you go back here, we'll take you to the back, guys. And
Oh,
sorry
I
about
know
the
all
chaotic. This is
about.
all
I
build a
know all
box
about
stuff.
storage in boxes.
Yeah, I'll walk you back here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this shit everywhere.
Oh, is it like
I collect
original track sets?
I collect everything. Evil Knievel to all this is like original video game stuff back in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stand up, the little arcade Froggers and all that stuff. Sorry,
Oh
it's a
my
little
God,
dark
that's
back
so
here.
cool.
Track sets, OG track sets, tons of stuff. Uh, then we go over here. Sorry, guys, again.
Oh, wow.
This is Murray's collection that we are selling off in the next few weeks. This will all be sold. There's some prototypes in here, SIPSAs, paint samples, some of the best, absolutely the best 917 collection in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, all Porsches mostly, and then he just keeps going. And then we do the Blackwall era stuff, which is this
Yeah, I
kind of
have some black balls. Yeah.
tons and tons of Blackwalls.
Wow.
And then if you, yeah, it's super crazy. So this is our shipping hub, chaos back here. And
Yeah.
then yeah, I collect bicycles, so there's bicycles everywhere, and there's just tons and tons of diecast. So if you ever need something, you let me know. I probably got it. And more tons back here too. Yeah, this is
Wow.
this we moved to this house 2 years ago, and I'm still working on organizing it all. I also collect skateboards. Maybe like just tons of old school skateboards,
Oh, cool.
like hundreds of them. And then my store is packed. My store is packed
Wow.
full of this stuff.
I want to come visit your store too.
Yeah, yeah, anytime. Yeah, let me set this down here. Sorry about the
Look at the
chaos back here,
red
guys.
lines. Oh
We
my
ship,
God.
we absolutely ship, at least a couple hundred boxes a week, if not. Some weeks there's 500 or 600 boxes.
That's crazy. That's so hard. I don't think I could do that. That's what scares me about going on Whatnot. When I hear like when people are finished their shows and they have like a couple hundred stickers that pop out of their machines, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. The cool thing about Whatnot though that I've been seeing is that they do they print all your shipping. Yeah, I mean
They
you press the
do.
button, you print it, but
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
all the shipping side of it,
Yeah.
and then they keep track of all the numbers and everything, which is kind of cool. The 13% is kind of crazy or whatever it is. Like uh I told them negative, dude. There's no way I'm going to give you 13%.
Hmm.
You're actually going to have to pay me to bring my customers to your platform.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
get it.
I mean,
I hear ya.
we built, I think we own 13 groups on Facebook. And we've built a safe space. We have 14 admins or 13 admins also that
Mhm.
work day and night to keep it safe. You
Yeah.
actually you got to know somebody that knows somebody to get into our groups. We're gonna do a background check on you, and if you burn somebody, we're gonna come knocking on your door. You know, I mean, just to be honest, like,
No,
don't
I
show up to the convention because it's gonna be trouble. Like
yeah.
we don't allow that stuff. Not saying like violence, but it's just not. We don't put up with that. It's like we are going to do our best to make sure that it's a safe space. Yeah, it's taken, man. I'm one of the newest admins of 5 years now. I've been streaming on Redlines on the Block. I did not create that group. I've
Oh, okay.
helped create some of the other groups, but not
Mhm.
that group. Uh, NorCal Collectibles, we've had that group up for over 10 years now. So, NorCal Collectibles Store Group is one of the OG groups. We've been around, I think maybe 12 years now. Doing Facebook stuff, yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. It's such an amazing hobby, and it's such an
It
amazing bunch of people. There's a
it
couple
is.
knuckleheads out there, but the
Yeah.
majority of everybody is just beautiful.
No, it
Uh,
definitely is. And I mean, I got to meet you, and that's why I'm having you on the show too. It's overwhelming sometimes to think
yeah,
about all of the cool experiences that I've had already and all the people I get to meet and the history. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I kind of want to start getting into red lines and some of the older stuff because of the history and the stories
yeah.
you hear and the people you meet because of it. It's so
That's where it
cool.
all
Like
started.
Murray. Yeah.
I mean, that's where Hot Wheels started. It's just, that's why I love it too. The history, um, so many cool castings. The colors are just incredible. You can't replicate um the paint.
Mhm.
It's just they're beautiful, man. They're like in not one red line. You can have two of them exactly the same color, but they're always going to be different, a different
Mhm.
shade, or something's going to be different about them. You could
Mhm.
collect 50 magenta 917s, but all of them are going to be just a little bit different, because of the paint, the Spectre Flame paint. Depending on the elements that they were in, that they were raised in, the person
Yeah.
opened them. It could be
Mhm.
on the East Coast with the salt water and that type of stuff. They're going to have different toning than the ones that are on the West Coast.
Mhm.
Yeah, such a fun hobby, man.
And then, so I also want to mention, so Murray, whose collection you were showing us and that you mentioned, he's actually local to me, and I
Oh,
met him in Vegas from you. So that's kind of
oh
crazy.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
he was like in my backyard. I didn't even know. I never met him. So it's kind of cool that to get into these different circles and meet all the different kind of people.
yeah, yeah. There's everybody collects something different,
Hmm.
and everybody's came from different backgrounds, and just the hobby is more than the cars. I mean, it's about the people, really.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And
Yeah,
that's exactly why I started the show.
and the cars bring us together.
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean, a Hot Wheels started a non-charity that's bought tons of kids bicycles, and that was just one Hot Wheel that started all that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's hard to wrap your mind around all that. It's just it's beautiful.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah,
It's like we can go on for hours and talk about all the cool stuff that this
yeah,
hobby has started. But we'll save that for another show.
yeah. Have me back anytime.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, we just hit an hour.
Oh
Um,
wow, it seems
Rico's,
like 15 minutes.
yeah, I know, right? But that's what I love about this show. It's just
Yeah,
talking, right? It's talking, and there's so much. It's just such a deep hobby that we can get into. And like you said, like now you're doing Redline's Community Cares. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Redline's Community Cares. Yeah.
Okay. Someone is asking for your links. So what I can do is when I post the show, I'll
Okay.
post it in the description so people
Okay.
can get your links
I'll
and
send you the links. Yeah.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
perfect.
So I have one question for you. Do you stream and sell Hot Wheels?
No. So what I just do it on Instagram. So
Oh, okay.
SRTJovita's Diecast. And yeah, I just do posts every day. I'm just buy it now. I don't do auctions or anything like that.
Okay.
Mine are just buy it now sales. And I have thousands and thousands of stuff, all different stuff, all different brands, not just Hot Wheels.
So
So
does
yeah, I have a
Jovita want to
lot.
do a live sale, like a split live sale on NorCal Collectibles sometime, and like maybe sell some Hot Wheels to the community, and we could do it. I've done it with several other sellers where it's a split screen sale, and we could just do buy it nows, and you just hold up the car and go, all right, guys, $125. And then you put up a car and sells for 125, and then we just ship them out wherever they go, and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay, yeah. Hey,
yeah,
that'd
we
be
can
cool.
talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
like why not? You know, it'd be
why
fun.
not? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that'd be cool. That's
Okay.
yeah, okay. Let's talk about it.
Okay. For sure. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to start getting into doing the live stuff anyway, so I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. It'd be good. It'd be good publicity too. Like, we could really get your name out there as a seller on the Facebook platform, not just Instagram. You know.
I know, and I feel like there is different waves of it. Like there's Facebook buyers and sellers, and then there's Whatnot buyers and sellers, and
Yeah.
Instagram buyers and sellers, but they don't always cross over.
No,
No,
see,
like
I'm fairly new to Instagram and YouTube. Like, I have
yeah.
some YouTube videos up there, but I got like 4 hits on them. So I have no followers on YouTube, but then I have thousands of followers on Facebook. Because that's where I
Mhm,
mostly
mhm.
do my sales. But it would be fun just to do a live sale sometime. We do duck races for free prizes and all that, and just have a good time with it and give back to the community,
Yeah,
the
no,
community that supports us to do what we do. It's just, yeah.
it sounds like a fun time. I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Well,
Okay. I'll
I
send you
think
the
that's
links.
our time. Yeah, send me
Thank
the
you guys.
links.
Thank you, Jovita, for having me.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
anytime you have a question or anything, we'll get this charger out to you in the mail. I'll
Oh,
get your
thank you so
address and stuff.
much. Thank you. You didn't have to do
Yeah.
that. I was actually going to buy one off you because I trust
You-
you and I
Hey,
know that you know
the
everything.
first one's free. The first one's free.
Thank
Oh,
you
that's
so much.
awesome. That's it's rope from me to you. That'll get you hooked, and then we'll see your collection here in a year, and you're gonna have several. You know.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to post your links after I post the show. And we'll see who we have on next week, guys, for episode 11. Thanks for watching again. And thank you, Chuck.
Thanks for having me, you guys, and thanks to everybody who is watching. And I'll share the links and come check us out. Redline Community Care. So let's change some kids' worlds.
No, you definitely have. So thank you for that. All right.
Thank
See
you.
you guys next week. Next
You
week,
guys have a
Thursday,
good
6
night.
p.m.
Peace. Peace from Northern California. See you guys.
Bye.
How do I shut this off? Oh.